Ranking the best safeties in college football. And boys, we are back here with another tier list update. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the safety position. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILL at checkout for 5% off your order. Right before we do go ahead and get into the new cards right here, I want to take a look at the old tier list. And it's been a while since we've updated safety. And how I think safety changes is everyone's going to drop down a singular tier for me. And I did debate Jalen Stroman still being in the A tier. I don't hate that. It feels crazy to drop Malachi Stark, Stroman, and also Ed Reed being in the A tier, man. That hurts, but I do think we have that next level safety today. Now we are going to get it started right here with 86 overall Malik Verdon. This is a card that is 6'4", so is crazy tall. 86 speed, 84 acceleration, has 80 zone, 84 man. Not the best like block shed impact blocking, but I still would say you could use him in the box because of the fact, again, 6'4". I feel like he's a decent user, and I feel like, again, his entire value is the fact that he is 6'4". Now from a trait standpoint, doesn't have the big hitter trait on yes, has play ball near conservative. We would like that to be aggressive. Now Malik Verdon, where he ranks in the game for me, again, I like the fact that he's 6'4". I kind of want to put him right by VJ Payne, and maybe I could even see him being a tier higher. I don't hate that because, again, 6'4", right? Can't teach it, but I'm gonna put him right by VJ Payne. After that, though, we get Maxen Hook, and this is a card that is 6 foot, has 87 speed, 89 acceleration, 84 agility, 82 change of direction. This time just offers you basically nothing from a coverage standpoint, and these physical stats really aren't crazy at this point. And when I say he offers you no coverage, like doesn't hit 80 for man or zone, I just feel like at this point there's really no point. I run this card when he's more expensive and also just worse from a coverage standpoint than the previous card. He doesn't really offer you any block shit or impact blocking in the box. No big hitter on yes. He does have play ball in air aggressive, which is nice, but Maxen Hook is going to be a card that is going to be in this F tier for me. After that, we get Gifford right here, and this is a card that is 6'1", so again, pretty decent height, 86 speed, 87 acceleration, 85 agility, 85 change direction. Nice balance of physical stats, has 85 play rec with 85 man coverage, and you could get the zone coverage up to 85 as well with the strategy item, which pretty nice threshold in the game to hit. This time he does have the big hitter trait on yes, and he also has play ball in air balanced, and even a little bit of block shit and impact blocking as well. I feel like this is a pretty solid safety in the game, and I think you could put Gifford in the D or the C tier. I kind of want to put him C and go like this, move VJ Payne and Malik Verdon up. I just really like the height of these two cards right here, man. I really like the 6'4" Malik Verdon. I like the 6'3" of VJ Payne. And right after that, we get 87 overall Anthony Woodson. This card is 5'9", so really short in the game, but has 87 speed, 86 acceleration. This time 84 agility, 87 change direction, has 87 zone coverage, and this time from a trait standpoint, play ball in air balanced and no big hitter on yes. But this is a pretty interesting card right here. I think you can have him potentially in the C tier, and I don't hate that, but for me, 5'9", really short in the game. Like, would I rather run Malik Verdon, VJ Payne, Isaac Gifford, or would I rather run Anthony Woodson? And I'd rather run everyone in C, so this is going to be a top and a D tier card for me. Just wish he was a little bit taller or potentially hit that 90 level of zone. And right after that, we get Tysheem Johnson right here. This is a card that is 5'10", but has 88 speed, 87 acceleration, 89 agility, 86 change direction. Good balance of physical stats, has 87 man, 88 zone, so extremely balanced, and I believe you can get the zone coverage up to 90 as well. Now, this is a card that does have some good block shedding as well, can potentially play in the box, even though he is a little bit shorter. Also has the big hitter trait on yes, which again, can play in the box with that. Play ball in air balance as well. I feel like this is a pretty interesting card. I feel like you can have him B or C, and I'm gonna go ahead and slightly put him in the B tier. I feel like him on the same level as like Malachi Starks or Miles Brooks, very good for like a budget, and yeah, I like Tysheem Johnson. After that, though, we get Dan Jackson, and this card right here is 6'1", so has pretty decent height, 89 speed, 88 acceleration, 88 agility, 86 change direction. Nice balance of physical stats, has 89 zone coverage, which is really easy to get that up to that 90 level, which is a major threshold in the game to hit. Once your zone hits 90, I feel like that's when your zones really start to zone. This card also doesn't have the craziest block shit or impact blocking, doesn't have the big hitter trait on yes. Play ball near conservative is something that I don't love. I feel like his direct comparison is another Georgia player, and it's going to be Malachi Starks, and I feel like he's just a speed point faster than Malachi Starks and hits like basically the same coverage. I think Dan Jackson hitting the 90 zone, I'm between B or A for him. and I really don't hate either which one. Is he as good as Wyatt Eckler and Ed Reed? I just don't think he's as good as Wyatt Eckler or Ed Reed. I'm gonna go ahead and put him on the B tier right by Malachi Starks. Now we also get Marquez Saigo right here, and this is a card that is 6 foot, so decent height, has 89 speed, 91 acceleration, and this time also again can base hit that 90 zone coverage with the strategy item. Does not have good man coverage, doesn't have the big hitter trait on yes, play ball in air balance as well. This card for me, I have very similar thoughts to him and Dan Jackson. Honestly, I feel like the budget safety duo is those two cards right there. I think he's again on this B tier level. I think Ed Reed and Wyatt Eckler are better, and I get they may be a little bit taller than Ed Reed. I don't hate to take that these two cards are A tier, but I think they're either top end of B or bottom end of A, and I could see either which way. After that, though, we get Craig Woodson, and this is a card that is 6 foot, has 87 speed, 87 acceleration, 88 agility, 86 change of direction. Kind of a little bit like disappointing physical stats for his overall. Like usually if they're 89 overall, they're like 89 speed, right? But this card also 88 zone coverage, 85 man, 87 press, and this time crazy good in the box stats, which is pretty nice. This is a potential sub linebacker, in the box player, potential user, no big hitter trait on yes, and also play ball in air balanced as well. I think he's a tier worse than the B tier guys. I think he's a C tier player. Now we get into the high overalls right here, where the first one we have is Caleb Downs, and Caleb Downs is 6 foot, so decent height, 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 86 agility, 88 change of direction. This time has 88 man coverage, hits the 90 level of zone just base. You don't even need a strategy item for it. Also decent in the box stats as well, so he could really play wherever, right? Like he could be over the top safety, could be an in the box linebacker, could be your user. He could do basically anything, and has the big hitter trait on yes. Also play ball in air aggressive as well, which I do like. So for me, Caleb Downs, I was comparing Ed Reed and Caleb Downs, and Ed Reed, I love this card. He's one of my personal favorite cards in the game. First ballot cut Hall of Famer. And for me, Caleb Downs, I feel like he is just a little bit better than Ed Reed at this point. Takes that slight jump up from Ed Reed, so I'm gonna place Caleb Downs in this S tier. After that, though, we get Amari Ferrell, and this is a card that is 6'2", so has great height, 92 speed, 95 acceleration, does have lower change of direction, which I don't love, but I mean the speed and excel is phenomenal, the height is phenomenal. He does have 92 play rec, which is nice, but 86 zone, 84 man. I feel like for you to be an S tier player for me, you need to hit like 90 for like a coverage at this point in the game. And he is a great in the box player as well. I don't hate to take that he's an S tier user potentially, but again, the change of direction, like good in the box player. And I just wish he had a little bit more coverage. Doesn't have the big hitter trait, and yes, has play ball in air balance. Like if this card hit 90 zone, I'd put him in the S tier. But I think this card right here is another like top end of A tier type of card. I feel like the S tier we're about to have just can do a little bit more than him. Like Caleb Downs can be an over the top safety. He can play in the box. He hits that zone coverage threshold. Like I don't think Amari Ferrell is a better card than Caleb Downs. And last but not least, right here we got Saunders Jr. And this is a card that again, good height, 6'2", 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 92 agility. Now the change of direction is a little bit lower, which not the biggest fan of course. Has 81 play rec, which is a little bit lower. I think hitting 90 zone is more important than having the highest play rec in the world, in my opinion. And this card also no big hitter and play ball in air balance, but Saunders for me, I think he is another S tier player in the game, and I do think he's better than Amari Ferrell because he hits that 90 zone. And yeah, boys, this has been my updated thoughts on the safety position in college football ultimate team. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should come down? Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, though, you enjoy content like this, want to stay up to date with everything that's the best here in college football, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead and see me use some of these cards live on stream, I have been streaming here on both YouTube and Twitch. To watch on YouTube, make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you guys want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.